What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing spectacular, as I know you are. Quick note, if you guys are waking up after Game 1 of the Western Conference NBA Finals, my prediction a few months ago, where I said that the Warriors were going to make the championship, the NBA Finals, it's looking pretty good right now. The Cavs still have some work to do, but I'm confident that LBJ, LeBron James, will figure it out. And my prediction of the Warriors versus the Cavs 4 will happen with the Cavaliers, who did get a butt whooping on Sunday, but the Cavaliers will come back and win against Boston, and then they will play the Warriors in maybe an epic series. I'm not really worried about that, but the Cavaliers will win. Then it would be 2-2, and here's what will be unfortunate. There will be no grudge match, which means, you figure out who wins, best of 5, because LeBron will take his talents to, some other place. Who knows? All right, so today's topic, it's an important one. Now, I get a lot of people asking me similar questions around this, or wanting to know how to stand out. Now, if you remember my video for Anomaly, I said, when you walk into a networking event, if you look like everyone else, how do you expect to stick out? Now, I understand that some people are not comfortable dressing differently than others. That's fine. Clearly, I don't care. But the key in this case, I believe, is how you kind of start framing some of your first questions. Now, I was with a friend this last week. We went to a networking event together. Not really together, but we walked in together. We knew we were both going, but you get my point. And, when you network or you meet someone for the first time, what are the questions that you first ask the person that you're meeting? Hi, how are you? I'm Zach. I'm Charlie. I'm Ashbrook. What do you do? How are you today? Look at the weather. It's great. Oh, my goodness. I have a different thought. I believe that when you are networking for the first time, when you are meeting someone for the first time, and maybe you're even reacquaintance, I don't know how to say that, getting to know someone again. It's too early to figure out how to say words. So what you should do is ask them different questions. Here's a series of questions that I think that you should ask people. Now remember, the reason to do this is, number 1, you're trying to create a friendship with the person. You're not trying to sell them anything. Number 2, when you meet someone, if you're asking them the same things that everyone else is doing, guess what? You look like everyone else. So with that in mind, friendship, trying to be different, think about asking one of these questions. What are you watching on Netflix right now? What is something that excites you right now? Do you have any vacations planned? If so, where are you going? If not, where are you thinking about going soon? What's a nonprofit that you're super excited about or involved in? Here is why these questions work. Yes, these are literally the first questions I ask people. Hey, what are you watching on Netflix? Why? Because while they might look at you like you're crazy, and they don't really do that, you're asking and you're probing them questions to try and really create a relationship with them. And in my opinion, hopefully, a real friendship with them. And so therefore, when you're talking with them, number 1, you know a little bit about who they are by some of the answers that they give you. 2, you're not asking the same questions as everyone else. 3, they'll remember you. 4, you're creating a personal touch. You're learning about that person. I might have said that twice. But do you understand why that sounds so different? Oh, what are you working on? Oh, what's your business? Oh, why are you here? When you meet someone for the first time, those are the questions that you'll oftentimes get. Not so wonderful, if you ask me. When you go to a networking event, I've been doing a lot more networking recently because, I don't know, it's fun, exciting, free coffee. Sometimes free coffee, sometimes coffee runs out, whatever. But my point is this. What is it, Tuesday, Wednesday? I don't even know what day of the week it is. When you're networking, if you do exactly what everyone else does, you will lose. You literally will lose because you will not be memorable. Now, when you do meet these people, please make sure to follow up with them because that is so freaking important. But when you are networking, and networking is simply, I guess, an event where you're meeting new people, or if you take yesterday's technique on the podcast of fraternity guests, you could do the same thing. Like, don't be what everyone else is being, because if you do, you'll all look the same. The example I give, remember going to a networking event, Chamber of Commerce event, and everyone's in a suit, everyone's in dresses, and everyone looks the same. How are you going to stand out? Well, if you don't feel comfortable enough to wear something different, which is fine, think about being different in your questions. Because just go to the next networking event and do what everyone else is doing. You will sit there and listen to me and be like, Zach is right. Everyone is asking me the same questions. But instead, if you can find something a little different, from a question standpoint, you'll create a deeper and meaningful relationship. So I had a conversation with someone on Friday, and we started talking about the different breweries in the town that I live in. So much so that I think we ended up talking about like 8 or 9 different breweries. Right? That was the question. I don't even know how that one started. Then, asking about Netflix. I'm telling you, asking people this first question that is not, something about their business is so powerful. Where are you going on vacation next? What nonprofit are you a part of or excites you? What are you watching on Netflix? If you ask these questions or questions like this that literally have nothing to do with the person's business, you will create a deeper relationship with them. They will remember you. And you're doing this because when you meet someone the first time, what you don't want is to be like everyone else. Because you won't stick out. You won't be memorable. You have to dazzle people. And if you have a conversation, most people are watching Netflix at least once a week. Some people more than that. And what you learn from people is what they're watching. Well, maybe you're watching something similar to the other person, right? I learned that right now a lot of people are watching this movie called Lost in Space. Haven't watched it. But now I could go back to those people and be like, oh, I remember you recommended that I watch XYZ show. I did. Let's talk about it. And why do you do this? Creating friendships are far more valuable and powerful than just going up to someone and be like, hey, I'm Tom Odell and I stayed at Motel 6 last night. What are you going to give me? Or whatever motel it is. Buy my thing. How does that work? Have you ever been to a networking event? I want to know if you guys are listening live or if you're watching later. If you have ever actually purchased something at a networking event after meeting someone for the first time, I want you to tell me who you are because I've never met someone that's done that. Ever. On the spot. Right? Not down the line, like after a few days or after some follow-ups. I mean, on the spot, bought something at that specific time. Never seen it. So if you pitch them to buy your thing at that event, you look like a donkey. So my theory, what I think you should do is create a friendship, create relationships with people, ask questions around their life that have nothing to do with their business so that you're doing something that's different than everyone else that is really learning about them. And then guess what? Good things happen. It's just true. Ask questions that have absolutely nothing to do with their business. Because what happens is, number 1, you are memorable. Number 2, you're deep diving into them. 3, you're having a lot better conversation, to be honest. Number 4, you're not acting like a donkey like all those other people who are just trying to sell you stuff over and over and over again. That's it. Be different, and you can find a lot of creative ways to do this by just thinking about what you're doing in your day-to-days and ask questions around that. So, for more questions, hit me up in the DMs. Thank you guys for being here today. Got a long, busy day. Hope you guys do as well. Make some cool things happen. And for the 67th time, we've done this each and every weekday since we started 67 weekdays ago. So, appreciate you being here. If you guys like what you saw, give it a love, a like, a subscribe, whatever it is. And until next time, ZML out. Whoa.